Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. The Honorable Lecturer, Sir Professor Dr. Syafrizal, MPD, and all of my beloved friends. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Ratna Suceningrom. I will lead today's discussions in breakout room 3 in this seminar on English language teaching. My friends and I, Rosa, Talita, Nur Alifah, and Chik and Haidar, will present the results of our research during this sixth semester. Let's just start the presentation, which will be delivered by me as the first speaker. Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. The Honorable Lecturer, Sir Professor Dr. Syafrizal MPD, and all of my beloved friends. My name is Ratna Suci Caheningrum, and now I will share the results of my research entitled the influence of using online dictionaries in improving pronunciation mastery of EFL students. I will explain the following sessions: introduction, literature review, methodology, findings and discussion, and then conclusion. Background of study. English pronunciation is part of the language aspect, which is quite difficult for Indonesian EFL students to learn. This is due to differences in pronunciation style, accent, and sound system between Indonesian and English. However, having a phonetic alphabet in the dictionary can help students learn how to pronounce each word. But nowadays, there are two forms of dictionaries that can be used, a printed dictionary and an online dictionary. According to a study by Aprianti, Tamrin, and Suhardi in 2022, students are more interested in online dictionaries. Therefore, the objective of this study is to find out how the influence of using online dictionaries in improving EFL students' pronunciation mastery. Statement of the problem in this study can be summed up as follows. Why do students prefer to use online dictionaries over printed dictionaries? What are EFL students' perspectives on using online dictionaries to improve their pronunciation mastery? And then how students can improve their pronunciation mastery using online dictionaries. Literature review. Pronunciation is one of 5 language components. Learning pronunciation for EFL students may be one of the most beautiful or perhaps the most irritating things they do. Because of English's complicated phonological structure, pronunciation seems to be a challenge for most non-native speakers. A dictionary is a tool that both teachers and students can utilize in the teaching and learning process. A good explanatory or monolingual dictionary offers valuable and useful information. It not only gives its readers information on the definition of entires, but also on lexical, grammatical, and phonetic details. Previous related research. The internet may be a tool for learning. It makes the learning process more student-centered. By utilizing digital media and the internet to their fullest potential, students may master language learning in the digital age. Using technology to study a language can help students do better in class. Previous research has stated the influence of using an online dictionary. When students were taught utilizing online dictionary as teaching tools, their pronunciation test scores considerably improved. Other research also proves that students were able to sharpen their pronunciation abilities by using a variety of online dictionaries. Methodology. For the research design that I use is qualitative research method with phenomenological approach. And the population and sample is 20 English education students at Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa University who use online dictionaries. And the research instrument that I use is is a questionnaire to investigate students' perceptions. Findings and discussion. This research data taken from the questionnaire that consists of 3 close-ended questions and 2 open-ended questions. For the close-ended question, the first question is, do you often use English dictionary? 19% of the answer is yes, and 10% of the answer is no. So almost all of the students often use English dictionary. And then the second question, what form of dictionary do you use most often? 0% of the answer is printed dictionary, and 100 of the answer is online dictionary. So all of the students most often uses an online dictionary rather than a printed dictionary. And then the third question, do you prefer to use an online dictionary rather than a printed dictionary? 100% of the answer is yes, and 0% of the answer is no. So all of the students prefer to use an online dictionary rather than a printed dictionary. For the open-ended questions, the first question is, why do you prefer to use online dictionary over printed dictionary? The answer is, many students answered that online dictionaries were more practical. With online dictionary, they don't need to carry a dictionary everywhere. Searching for words in the online dictionary is even easier because there is a search feature where students only need to enter the word they want to search for, and quickly the search results will appear. And the second question of open-ended question, do you think online dictionary can improve your pronunciation mastery? Why? 12 students answered that they didn't know, and the remaining students answered that online dictionaries can improve their pronunciation mastery. There are several reasons they mentioned. Some answered that with an online dictionary, every time they found a new vocabulary that they didn't know what it meant, they could easily look it up in the online dictionary. It can be considered that the online dictionary can motivate them with the easy vocabulary search process. They also answered that they could hear the pronunciation of a word directly. They feel that it is easier for them to learn the pronunciation. So the conclusion of my research is, as an international language, English must be learned by all students in Indonesia. However, differences in pronunciation are often a problem for English foreign language students. Usually, students can see in the dictionary how the pronunciation of a vocabulary is. However, in this digital era, dictionaries are not only printed dictionaries but also online dictionaries. In the online dictionary, students can hear directly how a word is pronounced. In addition, is also practical, usually equipped with a vocabulary search feature that makes it easier for users. Based on the result above, some students who filled out the questionnaire above realized that advantages of this online dictionary, which can improve their pronunciation mastery. Meanwhile, most of them are not aware of the effect of using online dictionaries, which can improve their pronunciation mastery. Therefore, online dictionaries should be used more often by students to improve their pronunciation mastery. Thank you for your attention. That's all from me. I'll invite the second speaker, Rosa Amelia.
Okay, thank you, Ratna. So this is my turn. So first of all, I would like to say warm greeting for Mr. Syafrizal as a lecturer of Seminar on English Language Teaching course, and for all my beloved friends in here. So first of all, I would like to again present my paper, my research with the title Strategies in Teaching English Reading to the Visually Impaired Students. For background of study, English education in Indonesia is mandatory from junior high school through senior high school and into universities. The English curriculum emphasizes the development of 4 fundamental skills, which is speaking, writing, listening, and reading. The emphasis in this talk is mostly on reading, as it is critical in complementing and supporting the development of the other 3 abilities, namely writing, speaking, and listening. English instruction is not confined to majority of pupils who do not have physical limitation, but also to those who do. Equal educational treatment is a fundamental entitlement for all citizens, regardless of physical ability. Visual impairment, including blindness, hinders the ability to read even the largest letters on a vision chart from a distance of at least 3 meters, equivalent to 10 feet. Next slide. Okay, for research problem. First, formulation research problem. The researchers' main question focus on the teacher's approaches to educating English reading for visual disabled children. For objective of the research, the main objectives of the investigation were to delineate the strategies utilized by the English instructor to characteristic the obstacles encountered by the English educator and to elucidate how the English teacher overcome the hurdle of instructing a visually impaired pupils in reading. Next, literature review. According to Gargiulo L. 2012, visually impaired students are individuals who experience difficulties in functioning properly in educational settings without the use of assistive materials, specialist training, or other forms of assistance. A visual disorder is a condition which impacts the functionality of the eyes, even when individuals utilize corrective lenses. It can result in educate vision ability that can impact a person's educational performance. According to Halahan, blindness can be categorized into 3 distinct groups: legally blind, partially blind, and totally blind. Legal blindness refers to individual visual acuity of 20 to 200 all over, even with correction, or those with a significantly limited field of vision spanning no more than 20 degrees. Next slide. Strategy in teaching English to visually impaired students. According to Conroy, teaching visually handicapped pupils English entails a variety of tactics, such as tailoring and customizing classes to their specific needs. Teaching visually impaired kids effectively needs careful preparation, organization, and the use of appropriate materials. Basaran discovered that despite a lack of formal training in teaching English to the visually impaired, English teachers in Turkey experienced similar obstacles while teaching both sighted and visually impaired pupils. As a result, individuals face issues without knowing how to deal with them. Next slide. Okay, for research methodology, types of research. In this study, researchers use phenomenology as a type of qualitative research. For research time and location, the researchers was conducted starting April 10, 2023. The research location was at Sultan Ageng Tirtayasa University, distributing questionnaires online. For data source, the study categorizes data source into 2 types, main data and secondary data. The primary data source is these visually challenged students, while complementary data is gathering useful notes and observing new methods. Technique of data collection. For the purpose of this study, data collecting was carried out through an interview. The interview was conducted using WhatsApp message with the inclusion education lecturer, Ma'am Sisria Dinis Alamsyah. Okay. Next, for finding and discussion. On April 10, 2023, the interview was carried out through a combination of text and voice notes. The information gathered from the interview has been organized into a table that present the questions asked by the researchers and the responses provided by the lecturer. For the question, what strategy should a teacher apply in English teaching reading to the visually impaired students? What are the things to consider when teaching reading children to visually impaired students? What learning reading methods are used by the teacher to visually impaired students? What problem do teachers face when teaching reading to visually impaired students? How do teacher overcome problems that occur when teaching reading to visually impaired students? When a teacher will design a curriculum for visually impaired students, what should be considered? What things can be done to make children with special needs no different from other children? Next slide. Okay. For funding of the interview, furthermore, the lecture include Braille as one of their reading methodologies. The instructor mentioned that they preferred utilizing Braille provided reading material was not too extensive and could be summarized. Reglet is a Braille writing equipment that consists of a slate, a mold for producing Braille words, and stylus. In addition, the kids may write using a braille printer. The PSLD UV braille printer was made available to the students. The professor noted, however, that the braille printer was mostly used to print official publication or document, such as national textbook workbooks. Regret was offered by the lecturer for drafting shorter stuff. Finally, the instructor considered value more activity lines. Next slide. Conclusion. Blind students use three types of reading strategies as per the reading approach suggested by SETBC. Paper strategies in Braille, text strategies using a screen read, and auditory strategies involving live readers. These reading strategies are helpful for blind students to understand English learning material both in and out of the classroom. However, based on the findings from the interview, reading and writing using Braille emerged as the most effective strategy among the three. It is crucial for teachers to assess each blind student abilities and weakness and pilot strategies accordingly to ensure more effective learning methods are employed. Okay, that's all from me. Back to the moderator.
Thank you, Rosa. All right, I'll invite the next speaker, Talita. The time is yours.
Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, good evening, fellows. And today I want to present about my papers. Here, my paper's title is Comprehend How Chatbot Works and Some Recommended Chatbots for English Learning and Teaching. Yeah, here we have the background of the study. The capacity to communicate in foreign language, particularly English, has become an absolute need in modern environments. So, AI technologies have been deployed in variety of applications, including chatbot, which allow people to speak with machines, computers, and robots. It may be used to practice language learning anywhere and at any time, and is seen as a viable option if a native speaker is unavailable or the prohibitively expensive. Okay, the usage of the chatbots in several industries, including marketing, entertainment, supporting system, education, healthcare, cultural heritage, and also educations. has advanced quickly. In this article, the research first gave definitions. I give a definition summary from the chatbot operations, and the next I discuss about the historical of chatbot, and also classify a few of suggested chatbot for English learning and teaching. And the main goal of this research is to identify the definitions of chatbot itself and some suggested chatbots to help the process for learning and teaching English. Here the statement of the problem the research have. First is what specifically is an IA chatbot? And second is what is chatbot used for? And third is how the initial chatbot was found and utilized. And last, which chatbots are appropriate for learning English as foreign language. Okay, the literature review from the previous related research. I took from the rock here from Fryer and Sertofen from 2006. Numerous studies have been conducted by researchers connected to the use of chatbots for enhancing English communication abilities. And some of them are included below in the report. First is from Fryer and Sertofen, Sarteventer, 2006. Artificial intelligence also allows a person to converse with machine, computers, and robots. Chatbots are an application that you can talk to like you will talk to a human. Foreign language learners generally have few opportunities to use the target language they are learning. So chatbots have a role in overcoming this problem. So chatbots can be tool to practice the language learned anywhere and also anytime. And I have the framework of thinking. Okay. First is in this paper, we're gonna talk about the analysis of iChatbots, which means we have to know the definitions. Also, the definition is a chatbot originally is a software applications that aim to mimic humans' conversation through text or voice interaction. Typically, it is online. And also the next we're going to talk about the historical. In this historical, first is Alan Turing. Alan Turing released the Turing test, also known as Can Machine Think, in 1950. So there's this time chatbot started to gain popularity, and also the first chatbot was created by Professor Joseph Weizenbaum in the 96. Its name was Eliza. Also next, we're gonna talk about the benefit of using AI chatbots. So chatbots also allowing human to interact with digital device as if they were communicating with a real person. And last is the chatbot that recommendation for learning and teaching English. Here I have Duolingo, Memorize, Monly, Lingvis, and also the Bible. And next is the methodology. Here I use the qualitative research, and also in qualitative research I use the observation and literature review. You can see here of obtain data through observation based on field development, and literature review is analyzing research result and ideas created by research and practitioner. Okay. Okay, in this research, I use indirect interviews and also obtain data through observation, which are currently available online, and review from various prior studies relevant to the subject under discussion. So the current study intends to investigate how chatbots operation and how it benefit English language learning as foreign language. So finally, this study discussing meaning of chatbots and some suggested chatbots for English language learning as foreign language and how can they be used in EFL settings in the future. So, okay, thank you, friends, for your nice attention. I will give it back to the moderator.
Thank you, Talita. All right, I'll invite the next speaker, Nur Alifah. The time is yours.
Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Firstly, I'm sorry because you can't see my face because accidentally my cam is broken. I opened my cam, but all I will see is orange. So I only can use the background. Well, here I want to presenting my paper about English student perception of Cookie AI chatbot to improve English grammatical skills. Here I want to presenting. Here are the topics we will discuss about. The first is introduction. The introduction, there are the background of study and the statement of the problem. Then is the result and discussion, and the last is conclusion. Here are the topics we will discuss. This is the framework of thinking. This is the outline will bring us to the reason and the result of the research. The first, the framework of thinking, we will talk the technology in learning English as the Talita before, but here are the specifically of technology I want to improve in English teaching. So the first is the framework of thinking about the importance of technology and the contribution of technology to education, because technology is a major field that is very important and growing rapidly today's digital era. This field includes various types of technology such as information technology, communication technology, industrial technology, etc. And technology plays an important role in almost all aspects of modern life, from business, education, health, entertainment, and everything, or almost everything, all our aspect in life. Then is the use of artificial intelligence in the form of chatbot to help improve English language skills. This is the use of technology in education. In the world of education, technology has a very important role because it can increase the effectiveness and efficiency of the learning process, as well as provide a more interesting and interactive learning experience for students. Technology enable more personalized and adaptive learning. And the last is analysis, the perception of students who have used chatbots to improve the grammatical skills. Because technology can help students and teachers to collaborate and communicate more effectively in the classroom. This can help increase interaction between the student and teachers, as well as between students themselves, which can enrich the learning process and help build social skills. Well, this is the background. This is the background of the research because the technology has an important role in helping educational institutions have also used chatbots to enhance student learning experience. The use of chatbots as learning media has become increasingly popular recent years because the ability to provide fast and interactive responses to their users. Using chatbot can increase the effectiveness of learning. Chatbot can provide instant explanation and assistance when users have difficulty understanding the learning material. So this is the chatbot I talking about. This is the Mitsuku, or we call cookie chatbot. Artificial Mitsuku is kind of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence was incorporated into devices and apps nowadays. One of this is Mitsuku. It is an AI chatbot which earned Loebner Prize Turing test as advertised in the world's best conversational robot. Mitsuki chatbot, also known as Cookie, is an artificial intelligence chatbot created using artificial intelligence markup language, or in short, it's AIML. Also, as I tried chatting with Mitsuki, she responses were good as human. While chatting, I feel like I'm talking to a brain. It uses words similar to a common response to a real human. So that is the experience I want to student need to feel, and the experience can increase the learning process in learning English. The literature review, this study was conducted on chatbot AI for teaching Chinese vocabulary. This research was conducted by Liu in Taiwan. The results show that the use of AI chatbot can improve student understanding of Chinese vocabulary and can be effective alternative in language teaching. Then it continues in 2020, research in Iran. AI chatbot for teaching English vocabulary. This research was conducted by colleagues. The results show that the use of AI chatbot can improve student understanding of English vocabulary. Well, now is the research method. This type of research is survey research because the purpose of survey research is to collect data representatively regarding opinions, beliefs, attitudes, or behavior of a population or sample represented by respondents regarding their perception of the use of chatbots, which are used to improve student abilities in using grammar. There were 21 participants consisting of English students who had used cookie chatbot as the main focus of learning media for this research. The instrument used a questionnaire that is distributed via Google Form link. The questionnaire contains statements which are closed statements. This questionnaire is used to find out the perception of English students. We use cookie AI chatbots as a medium to improve grammar skills. From perception is seen from how students assess the feature, practically cost effectiveness of the platform based on the opinions of strongly agree, neutral, disagree, and strongly disagree. Well, here are the results and discussion. The results and discussion, the first result we want to talk about is features. Features such as the use of technology of AI and the using gamification in learning can increase student interest in learning English. Based on the available data, it can be seen the number indicating positive or strongly in the statement is greater than the number of respondents showing negative or the disagree. Students may find the AI chatbot feature for language learning interesting because this application can provide a different and more interactive learning experience compared to traditional learning methods. Features such as the use of chatbot in technology. Then is the efficiency. The magnitude of the responses show that the response is still the largest. By using AI chatbot, students can learn anytime and anywhere without they having to wait for a class or teacher's schedule. This gives students flexibility to arrange their study time according to their needs and business. The most evidence for chatbot cookie is they agree the use of chatbot is quite efficient. By using AI chatbot, students can learn anytime, anywhere, without having wait for a class of teacher student. And in addition, Cookie AI chatbot can provide feedback to students about their mistake in speaking English. This allows students to correct their mistake effectively and speed up the learning process. And then is the cost. Using AI chatbot for learning can be more economical than learning in tutoring places because costs for using AI chatbot tend to be lower and more flexible. And the last is effectivity. They assess the use of cookie chatbot as they have used to help them develop their English grammatical skills. In general, the result of study shows that the use of chatbot can improve students' English skills. Based on the data, most of the respondents also show a positive response to the statement. They assess the use of chatbot cookie as they have used to help them develop their English grammatical skills. Several studies have been conducted to evaluate the effectiveness of using chatbot as a medium for learning English. In general, results of the studies show that the use of chatbot can improve students' English skills. Well, here are the conclusions. However, the effectiveness of their use also depends on the factors such as the quality of chatbot, appropriate learning setting, student engagement, and other environmental factors. Therefore, the development and proper use of chatbots can increase the effectiveness of their use as a medium for learning English. Assessment of the use chatbot as a medium for learning English can be done based on the several factors such as application, features, cost, spend, efficiency, and effectiveness. Yeah, maybe that's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Nur Alifa. All right, we continue to the next speaker. The last speaker, Haidar. The time is yours.
Okay, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Haidar Bagis Putrantio, and my name is 222-32000031. In this evening, I would like to present my research about increasing confidence in speaking English using OMTV for students in senior high school. Okay, we can continue into the background of the study. Okay, this study discussed the difficulties that many people face in the form of an online video website called OmniTV. By connecting users with strangers around the world and providing guidelines for conversation, the platform can help users improve their confidence and vocabulary when speaking English. In many cases, people are good in listening English, but find it difficult to speak in English. So they are not confident when speaking in English. There are so many factors that causing this problem, lack of vocabulary knowledge, lack of speaking practice, fear of mistake, and many more. As we know that English are used for international English, therefore it is very important to start practicing speaking English as soon as possible to help out communication with foreigners. In this research, I focus on the three main problems that causing someone being not confident in speaking English. It is lack of vocabulary knowledge, lack of speaking skill, and fear of mistake when speaking in English. And then this modern era, we can solve this problem in modern way. We can use online video call website with strangers around the world for free. It is called OmniTV. OmniTV is a popular online video call website with strangers around the world. The principle is simple. The system will connect you with other people via video, allowing us to chat on any topic. We can also set the location on international or just a specific country. Okay, in this research, students will practice a conversation with strangers around the world to increase their confidence when speaking in English. But in this case, students will have rules about what topic they will discuss with strangers in every session. So they will not difficult to find three topics while chatting with stranger and to prevent any inappropriate words. Okay, while doing this method, students are allowed to speak without fear about mistake because they will learn to the correct one from the stranger, and they will learn new vocabulary with this method of practice. Researchers uh, expect that student will be more confident in speaking English, no more fear about mistake in speaking, and increase their vocabulary knowledge. Okay, the problem statement is how effective is online TV to increase the students' confidence in speaking English? And the last one is how beneficial is online TV to increase the students' confidence in speaking English? Okay, here is the literature review. According to Brown, in 1994, speaking is a process of collecting information and accepting, producing, and processing the data so that it is valid information and ready to be delivered as good as communication. And the previous research conducted by Kuning in 2019 that using Skype, a video calling platform designed to work similarly to OMTV, to connect with native speakers, but not by accident. It has been observed to help students to improve their communication skills by speech. Video chat is an online face-to-face visual communication performed with other internet users by using a webcam and dedicated software. And the last one is a study conducted by Firdaus in 2019 discussing the use of social influence strategy in teaching speaking by Skype. It is a platform similar to AmiTV, so a good result. This researcher conclude that the research result of interrogating the socio-emotional strategy with Skype in reaching speaking were more effective than conducting a conventional teaching strategy in teaching speaking. Okay, now is the methodology of my research. This study are using quasi-experimental design method. And the reason why I'm choosing this design is to get an insight about cause and effect between the practice using OMTV as a practice media for speaking in English and the result of students' confidence level while speaking in English. The population and sample is students from senior high school, and the sample for this research are the 12th grade, as many as 30 students of senior high school. The research variables, the independent variable are the practice of 30 students using only TV as a media for practice speaking in English. And the dependent variable are the result of confidence level from students after this research done. The next one is research instrument. The instrument of this research are the rules of practice speaking in English using OMTV and the OMTV itself as a media of practice. And in the end of the research, student will be given a questionnaire according to the result of their practice from this research. Okay, the next one is data collecting technique. The collecting data technique from this research is using questionnaire which contains 4 questions about the confidence level of student while speaking in English using OMTV as a media for practice. And then the data analysis technique. Quantitative data analysis involves the use of variables such as measurement, statistic, percentage, and dance. As a quantitative data analysis technique, the researchers use software and mathematical analysis tools to modify the data to modify the data. In addition, the researchers use inferential analysis as a technique to analyze quantitative data because inferential analysis shows the correlation between two variables to generate results and make a prediction. The last one is the research procedure. At the first session, students will be introduced about Omni TV and given a tutorial about how to operate it. They will also have a rules to ask his or her partner, uh, the stranger, about permission to be his or her partner for practice speaking in English. Then they can start practice speaking freely about any topic. And then in the second session, students will have a conversation topic given by the researcher related about daily life, hobbies, and many more to talk with stranger. In the third session, students can choose what topic to start a conversation with stranger. And in the end of the third session, student will be given a questionnaire about the confidence level before the research start, after the first session, second session, and the last session. Okay, and then now is the result of this study. Okay, before practice session, from 30 sample of students, their confidence level is relatively in normal to low level. The researcher thought is this is because students don't know what to say to the stranger in omittive using English. Okay. In the first session, of practice speaking with stranger in omittive, students are asked to have a free topic to speak with stranger. Turns out the confidence level is still in normal to low level. This is because when the topic is too free, students do not understand much vocabulary, so they are not confident when speaking about it. Okay, in the second session of practice speaking with stranger in omittive, students are asked about specific topic to speak with stranger, with the hope it can reduce the vocabulary they need to say. In this session, it is already starting to show the increasing confidence level of speaking from student. Okay, in the last or the third session, students are asked to choose their own topic to speak with stranger, with the hope when they are choosing their favorite topic, they already understand about what to say to the stranger. And turns out this is the best confidence level of speaking from the students we can get. Okay, we next we go to the conclusion. In conclusion, many people are proficient in understanding spoken English, but struggle when it comes to speaking it themselves, leading to a lack of confidence. This problem can be attributed to various factors such as limited vocabulary, inadequate speaking practice, and fear of making mistakes. Since English is widely used as an international language, it is crucial to begin practicing speaking English early on to enhance communication with foreigners. This study focused on three primary issues that contribute to a lack of confidence in speaking English. The first one is insufficient vocabulary knowledge. Second is limited speaking skills, and the last one is fear of making mistake. Fortunately, modern solution can address these problems effectively. One such solution is OMTV. As I mentioned before, it is a popular online video call website that connects individuals with strangers worldwide. By utilizing this platform, students can engage in conversation with strangers to boost their confidence in speaking English. And then to ensure the productivity and appropriate conversation, student will follow specific rules regarding the topics to discuss with stranger during each session. This approach not only facilitate a smoother conversation, but also prevent the use of inappropriate language. Furthermore, students are encouraged to speak without fear of making mistakes, as they can learn the correct usage and acquire new vocabulary from the stranger they interact with. The expected outcome of this practice method is increased confidence in speaking English, reduce fear of making mistakes, and improve vocabulary knowledge among the student. Okay, thank you very much. This is all from me. Once again, thank you very much for participating in my presentation. And I would like to give back to moderator.
All right, thank you, Haidar, as the last speaker. Thank you again for all of the speakers. We finally come to the end of today's discussion of the breakout room 3. Hopefully the discussion will give benefit for us. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.